Israel has launched preemptive strikes against Iran. The defense minister.
One war, two very different political outcomes. Netanyahu gaining momentum at home while Trump faces growing political pressure over the conflict. Missiles continue to fall on Tehran. Oil prices have surged past $100 a barrel. And tensions are rising across the Gulf as the Strait of Hormuz remains on edge. But beyond the battlefield and the economic shockwaves, the Iran conflict is also reshaping politics for two leaders who launched the strikes together: Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. While both leaders are on the same side of the war, the political consequences are unfolding in very different ways. For Trump, the conflict is increasingly turning into a political liability, while for Netanyahu, it is quickly becoming a political advantage. First, let's talk about the public opinion in the United States. The public backing for these strikes against Iran remains limited in the United States. A CNN poll was conducted shortly after the operation began, and it found out that only 41% of Americans approve of the military action, while 59% of them disapproved it. A polling analyst, G. Elliott Morris, also averaged several high-quality surveys and found the support as low as 38%, a figure that was even lower than retrospective backing for the Iraq War. And the political pressure does not end with polling numbers. Beyond public opinion, the economic impact is already being felt. The consequences of the war were almost immediate. US crude oil prices jumped from around $90 per barrel to above $100, even touching nearly $120 at one point. For American consumers, higher oil prices translate into rising fuel and transportation costs. For Donald Trump, whose political strength has historically rested on economic performance, now the surge in energy prices threatens to weaken one of his strongest campaign arguments. But the economic impact is just another part of the political challenge. The pressure on US President Donald Trump isn't just economic anymore. The war is also beginning to carry a human cost. Since the coordinated strikes on Tehran began, 7 American service members have been killed, while Iran has launched retaliatory attacks across the region. What Trump initially described as a quick one-and-done strike now appears to be evolving into a longer confrontation. And historically, military casualties have often played a major role in shifting American public opinion about overseas wars. This war, again, also raised serious questions about Trump's core political message: the America First doctrine. Trump had campaigned on ending so-called forever wars, yet analysts now point out that during his second term, he has authorized the use of military force in 7 different countries, despite presenting himself as the first president since Jimmy Carter not to start a new armed conflict. The deeper political challenge, however, is emerging within Trump's MAGA base. Influential conservative commentator Tucker Carlson has described the Iran strikes as Israel's war, while Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene argued that the attacks contradict the America First agenda. Meanwhile, commentator Candace Owens posted repeatedly online, claiming that Israel had pushed the United States into the conflict. Now, these voices reach tens of millions of supporters, and they are highlighting a widening fracture within the MAGA coalition. At the same time, US relationship with its allies have been strained. Several American allies were reportedly not informed in advance about the strikes. A senior Italian government official was in the region when the operation began and had no idea that it was coming. Britain's traditionally close relationship with Washington was also strained after London refused to allow US pilots to launch sorties from its bases. Spain has likewise rejected requests to allow its territory to be used for attacks on Iran. further deepening the diplomatic fallout. Now, all of this could soon translate into electoral consequences. These developments carry serious political implications ahead of the US midterm elections. Analysts at the Cook Political Reports have said that the conflict offers little political upside for the Republicans. Rising oil prices, military casualties, and divisions within the Trump's MAGA base would become powerful campaign issues for the Democrats in the months leading up to the vote. And the biggest uncertainty is how long this conflict will last. What began as a limited strike now risks becoming a prolonged regional confrontation. If the war continues without a clear resolution, the political, economic, and military costs for the United States could rise significantly, echoing the long-term consequences of earlier conflicts in the Middle East. While the conflict is creating political risks for Donald Trump, the picture in Israel looks very different for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Starting with massive domestic support for him, public opinion in Israel has largely rallied behind the government. A poll was conducted by Israel Democracy Institute found out that 93% of Jewish Israelis support the strikes against Iran, including 76% of voters on the political left. In one of the world's most politically divided democracies, that level of support amounts to near consensus. Moving on to how the war is also helping Netanyahu rebuild his political image. For Israeli Prime Minister, the war offers an opportunity to work on his reputation as Mr. Security. His leadership had previously faced intense criticism following the October 7 Hamas attack, which exposed major intelligence and security failures. Military action against Iran now allows Netanyahu to reimpose himself once again as the leader confronting Israel's biggest regional threat. Politically, the timing of this war is also significant. Sources close to Netanyahu have said that the Iran conflict has become a cornerstone of his re-election strategy. By emphasizing battlefield results, he can frame the war as a part of a broader regional transformation, turning what began as a security crisis into a political narrative about decisive leadership. This political momentum could soon reshape Israel's electoral calendar. Parliamentary elections in the nation are currently scheduled for October 2026, but officials within Likud party believe Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may consider advancing the vote to as early as June. The strategy would be simple: to capitalize on wartime momentum at the ballot box. The war also reinforces a narrative Netanyahu has built for decades. Israeli Prime Minister had warned that Iran's nuclear ambitions pose an existential threat to his nation. Back in 2012, he even used a cartoon bomb diagram at the United Nations to illustrate how close he believed Iran was to developing nuclear weapons and had urged global action. Now, with Israeli and US strikes targeting Iranian nuclear infrastructure, Netanyahu can argue that the conflict validates warnings he has been repeating for years. Finally, the war is also strengthening Netanyahu's image at world level. Within hours of strike on Iran, Netanyahu's office had branded the campaign Operation Rising Lion, a name drawn from a biblical verse symbolizing Israel rising like a lion against its enemies. Also, by repeatedly highlighting close coordination with Donald Trump, Netanyahu has projected himself as a leader who rallied global support against Iran, with one British conservative newspaper even hailing him as a defining wartime leader. Now, this has reinforced his image, which he wants to carry into the next election. In the end, the political consequences of the Iran conflict are unfolding very differently for US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.